those, they are a large format print that you would print at a copy shop, and as you can see, it prints the entire pattern pieces on one piece of paper, so you typically don't have to tape them together. Large format prints do print all of the sizes, and you can't use the layers feature on these when you're sending it out, though having all the sizes is helpful for grading, and it's great for kids' patterns when you want to trace multiple sizes as they get bigger. So how I do this is I go to my desktop and I create a separate folder that is just for A0 size patterns that I'm going to print out. Now the reason I do this is I want to copy all of the patterns I want to print into this folder. That way there's a copy here and I'm not moving around all of the originals, and I am keeping the organization of my patterns intact, but that way they're all in one spot because we do have to compress it later, and I'll show you how to do that into one single file to upload. So what I'm going to do is I've got all of my Ellie and Mac patterns, and I select the ones that I want to copy over. So the Be Creative hoodie, for example. Now our A0 size patterns have A0 in the title so that you can tell that you're copying the right one. Now you click on that, and I'm going to right click and go down to Copy, and I'll go over to Patterns, and then which is the folder that I have saved on my desktop, and I'm going to right click and paste. That way, like I said, I'm not moving it out of its original folder, but I have all the ones that I want to print in one spot. Now we're going to go through, and what you need to do is click on each of these patterns, and you can either open it up, or on my Mac you can do it in a preview here and see how many pages it has. So this one only has 2, and you're going to go down for each one of these and count how many pages there are total, because pdfplotting.com goes by the number of pages that you're doing. So what I like to do here is I'll go ahead and rename this 14, because that is how many pages I have total right here. Now I will select everything, and what we need to do to compress it is right click and compress. So what that does is it puts all of our patterns into one zip folder right here. Now it names it archive, but what I'm going to do is rename it EM Patterns 14. And then I know that that is the file that I need to upload. So next we're going to go over to pdfplotting.com, and you can, under their pattern printing, you can see that they've got color and black and white. Now this is personal preference, but I like to print black and white for my adult size patterns because it's still pretty easy to tell what the size is and where the lines are. But I usually print color for the kids' patterns because the lines are so close together because they're much smaller. So I'm going to go into black and white. Now when you scroll down, it's the third one down, says A0 and 36 by 48. So that's your size of piece of paper that is going to be printed here. And you can see that the black and white prints are $1.39. Now we need to put in the total number of pages in our file. So I'm going to type in 14. And I only need one copy of each pattern. Then we are going to choose our file, and I'll go onto my desktop and then Patterns and select that zip file that we compressed. This is a much faster way of going about it than trying to upload every one of these individually. But what I would recommend if you have a ton of patterns that you're printing is to split it up into multiple folders. If you've got like 20, for example, you only want to do maybe 10 at a time, because if these zip files are too big, they won't upload. So you can click on that zip file, open it, and it has it selected here, but it is not uploading yet. So we need to scroll all the way to the bottom, and you can see our total price there, and we're going to go add to cart. Now I clicked on this, but it doesn't look like it's doing anything yet, but what you can tell is when you go down here, it says uploading, and you can see this wheel up here says that it's syncing. So you just want to give it time to go ahead and get completely uploaded. Don't click on anything else, and you don't want to click on add to cart a bunch of times, because every time you do, it will just restart the uploading process. Now, PDF plotting does do a really great shipping rate, so what you want to typically do is optimize your orders and order as many patterns as you think that you'll use at one time, and that's what really makes printing through them so fantastic. Is the pages are only $1.39 versus a lot of local coffee shops are, or copy shops, sorry, are $7 a page and up, but then you just pay for your shipping. Now, I don't have a shipping rate here because the first time I recorded this, I realized that it had my address in there, and I love you guys, but I don't necessarily want to put my address out there. So what I did is just logged out of my account, and so when you have an account set up, it will give you your shipping rates, and you can also go down here and see that they're either $6.99 or $9.99 for priority mail. It's a great rate for the weight of the paper that they're shipping, so it's a really, really good deal. Now, if there is a coupon code available, then you can put that in here. A lot of times various groups and pattern fabric groups, that kind of thing, will do promotions. So if there's something available, maybe 15% off, you can add that. And then you're going to click Proceed to Checkout. Now, just like checking out anywhere, you're going to fill in all of your billing details. I do recommend creating an account if you don't have one already. That way you can track your shipment and just keep track of your orders. So hopefully that helps you print out more of your Ellie and Max size A0 patterns. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and stay crafty.